Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between Guagua and Starbuck. This game taking place here on Tide Hunters 1.2. Quickly going into, Farseer Headhunters as Guagua spawns as the pink orc. Meanwhile, Starbuck spawning as the red orc on the bottom right-hand side, also going for Farseer, but opening things up with a grunt first, getting a delayed war mill, and will be also going for those headhunters in just a bit, but that earlier grunt, I believe, helps with timing and overall creeping and having another unit to try and tank. Very similar opening styles, and that grunt, well, with so many hit points, 700 hit points, a great target early on for those healing salves, much better than those poor headhunters who end up often just getting taken down. Cloak of Shadows quickly used right there. Starbuck, I guess kind of forcing and baiting out those Spirit Wolves much earlier as the Farseer are now able to break free. Maybe there will be an actual patch in 2023. What do I think? In 2023, the actual patch, um, I don't know. Like during I my t- my expectations for patches, I guess now are almost during the summer. It almost feels like they can use Warcraft 3 to test out interns during the summer to see if they how they are in the development process. I have to mention it is often difficult to build and maintain a tier one Class A title game. So hats off to Blizzard to continue to try and make changes and upgrades to a 20-year-old game. Anyways, coming back around Farsi, you're going to clear things up here. No item drop. Mantle of Intelligence. Still getting in a little bit of plus damage, not going after that Forest Troll Berserker. All right, coming back around Farsi, you're looking to clear up this giant sea turtle creep camp. Spirit Wolves absorbing all of that damage there. Now, um, in terms of what I want to see from a patch, I wouldn't even know where to begin. I obviously want a balance to be significantly better. Say, for example, fixing the win rate between human and undead, but I don't think there isn't a lot of easy answers there. Remember, we are talking about a 4 race real time strategy game, and to and there is always going to be some favorable matchups. I remember talking with the lead balance designer for StarCraft 2, and I think they said something as long as it was within a 5% win-loss rate, what was what if whether or not that was okay. So, and when they say 5%, I think they were even okay with a 48 and what 40 or 40 no 45 or no 47 and 53, even though that's technically a 6% advantage for one. It's only 5%. It's still within 3% off from being 50-50. And that may just be how part of the game works. I think undead is very strong against other races too. Just increasing the mana cost of death coil with 10 or 20 mana would make a big difference. I think another easy way to do that would be to decrease the rate at which obsidian statues provide mana. Don't I believe the way that the amount of mana that they're able to restore is similar to like level 4 brilliance aura, which sounds absolutely crazy. I need to do the numbers and the math on it, but I remember some people saying that it almost seems like level 4 brilliance aura, level 3 brilliance aura gives what 225 mana a second. So it may actually be 3 mana a second or even higher than that. Coming back around, well, scroll of speed being used to try and take down the headhunters, and that's why it feels like you can also continually machine gun out those death coils and those frost novas. Beastmaster second, by the way. No, I noticed that Beastmaster second, not your normal hero in the Orc versus Orc matchup. Lin Guagua perhaps trying the Beastmaster against Orc, knowing how often that has been used up against him from a human player. The downside, though, is that the Beastmaster will not have the benefits of Brilliance Aura. Nice segue transition, totally on purpose, as the Beastmaster is going to be running out of mana, also not having, well, say, Obsidian statues to try and replenish and be able to keep those summons going. Beastmaster, however, went one orc burrow too far, may not be able to break out from there, and quickly gets taken down. Beastmaster falls at level 1. No real buildings were actually taken out, and that is going to be a major, major setback. The Tauren Chieftain is a little bit of a weaker hero straight out of the gate, but getting into level 3, level 4, and level 5 with those shockwaves, shockwave or stomp, and that endurance aura, that just ends up being a better hero later on. The Beastmaster is designed or is almost a better pressure hero early on if you're able to take down some bestiaries, take down the spirit lodges, or reset some buildings and tech. That is often enough here. Farseer now going to be picking up perhaps another round of another mantle of intelligence, now getting up to +8 attack, and now being forced to retreat as the Tauren chieftain is leading the army with that endurance or able to outmaneuver this Farseer here. Farseer down to 327 hit points. Beastmaster back out onto the battlefield. There is a bear simply just walking around here. 19 to 21 damage. Decent damage for sure as it, scurries along the battlefield. He's a half ogre, yes. Orc and ogre together right there. Farseer sitting at level 2, wanting to get to level 3 for that extra bit of damage, and those level 2 Spirit Wolves racking up damage would be key, as we can see a lot of damage being focused down onto that Grunt there. That Grunt, constantly trying to get away, but getting body blocked by the bear. Beautifully done, and that may actually give, oh no, denied. Beautifully played, and I believe Lin Guagua reading the desperation, or not desperation, the intent and focus on killing one Grunt, was just doing such a good job that he was like, you know what, he must be very close to level 3. I cannot give it to him that easily, denying a Grunt and also a Spirit Wolf, but still giving that Farseer enough experience to get to level 3 now. Level 2 Spirit Wolves out on the battlefield, those are going to be dealing significantly more damage as the tech to tier 3 has begun. Headhunters, Shamans are out here onto the battlefield, and Starbuck should have an easy time here, perhaps trying to purge down not only the Spirit Wolves of his opponent, but also the bears and other summoned units. The problem, though, is going to be if he really wants that many Shaman, there is no easy way for Orc to easily replenish mana on those Shaman either. Those Shamans become a little bit of a weaker unit, as we're looking at the Farseer escaping away at 9 hit points. Scroll of Town Portal used right there. Unit's trying to move up onto the high ground, and then, he is onto the high ground, but walked a bit too far. Could end up getting taken down. Shaman down to 48 hit points, still trying to walk all the way back. Which theater mode has ads now? Well, I don't know. I don't know which one has ads, but thank you for being kind and considerate for all you guys out there. I guess this is your friendly reminder. If you guys do have a Twitch Prime sub, please consider using it on my channel. It definitely helps me out. Any way you can support me directly or indirectly is helpful. All right, Tauren Chieftain trying to go after that Shaman. However, getting a purge off there. Shadowhunter may be able to get off, or nope, doesn't need to get off a Hex there. Instead, just gets into harm's way, and now using Healing Wave to bounce around. Coming back down to the south side here, Farseer sitting at level 4. Tauren Chieftain now going to be the one gaining all the experience as that Farseer looks to back away, wanting to get, a powerful ability, either Stomp or Shockwave. It looks like it is going to be Stomp at this point and stage in the game, but it wouldn't put it past me to get a retraining here as well. Tauren Chieftain quickly backing up here as the Spirit Wolves scout out the rest of the army. Shadowhunter, Farseer, Beastmaster, level 3, level 2, level 1, going up against a level 4 and level 2. Looking to clear up the remainder of these Murlocs here, finishing them off. There are some Murlocs in the back, as well as the Berserkers have now been upgraded, additional hit points, and also has that Frenzy to try and deal a bit more damage, being able to attack a bit faster. All right, moving back around, the attack rate is currently fast. Tauren Chieftain Bloodlust may also work out well, but he may want to keep that additional mana for the purges on the Spirit Wolves and on the Beastmaster's summons. Down to the south side here, looking into some quick engagement, we do not see the reinforced defense upgrade, as we are going into Shaman Mastery training. Shaman Mastery training, incredibly helpful. well, as it gives a better mana regeneration, better mana capacity overall, and also adding into that, adds in bloodlust if there are no additional summons out on the battlefield, allowing those berserkers to attack even faster. Going from a slow attack speed to to a very fast attack speed can be, well, very daunting, just to see how much damage those berserkers are able to dish out. All right, some healing salves going on through. I don't think that Berserker was really that low at all. Shamans needed a little bit there, as we're hearing the upgrades coming in from both sides. 49 supply compared to 45. Farseer looking to do a little bit more creeping, as both sides are creeping out the battlefields still. Shadowhunter sitting at level 1 has Healing Wave still bouncing around as the Berserkers are putting in that pressure. 1-0 upgrades on Lin Guagua's Berserkers. Meanwhile, no upgrades yet for Starbucks, as we are looking at more dire wolves trying to dive on in here. And this is just constant summons putting in pressure. These this constant pressure could spell some problems here. Shaman could get a purge off. There's a purge there. Well, actually, bloodlusting himself didn't really need to use that bloodlust at all. Could have just got another purge off, and I think that may have been the better or smarter choice overall. What is the best mirror matchup in your opinion, by the way? Hmm. You know what? You know what? I actually like to see undead mirror matches, just because um, Death Coil isn't used as a nuke in that matchup, and you only have access to Lich in order to loot nuke, or some impales as well. But if you don't go for a Death Knight, if you try to go Lich and Crypt Lord first, that often does not bode well. So yeah, I think. Not because undead is my favorite race, but because it gives a new breath of life to the game of Warcraft 3 and the undead matchups, because, well, you just don't have that 1 2 hero or unit nuke and hero nuke just dominating the game throughout. Well, Night Elf versus Night Elf has a lot of strat diversity, as you mentioned, opening things up with mass huntresses early on, trying to go into Keeper of the Grove and bears. Um, um, there are a lot of different strategies for Night Elf versus Night Elf. It just feels, for me though, those strategies still work well against the other races. I think that's the reason why I like Undead, just because Undead is forced to play a different style that you don't normally get to see. Oh yeah, well that is true. Everything is green from anti magic shell should just be fixed in general. I mean, anti magic shell, um, just, I don't know, remove it from the banshee. The banshee's like, hey, I'm going to counter all of your magic units. I'm going to be able to possess all of your high supply units, and just cause problems all the way around. The Banshee has a little bit too much utility compared to, say, like some of the other casters in the game. Big giant stomp right in the middle, followed by a lightning shield, chain lightning purge, a healing wave bouncing around, mass attack speed coupled with roar, average attack speed right there. Frenzy, lightning shield now still going down as well. If you try and dispel those lightning shields, you actually also dispel your own bloodlust, as the Torrent Chieftain comes in with another giant stomp. All right, still backing up here. Still more fights getting underway. So much healing, so much going on in this battle. A couple of illusions are in here as well, trying to find the real target, as the Torrent Chieftain down to 270 hit points, trying to back away. Healing Wave still bouncing around, keeping him alive. Farseer getting up to level 5 as the Beastmaster falls at level 3. Chain Lightning bouncing around still. Torrent Chieftain doesn't have enough mana. Well, it should have enough mana for another stomp here if he tries to go for it, as Starbuck is now really putting in the pressure and now taking down unit after unit. The fast attacking, bloodlusted berserkers able to really rack out a lot of damage against all of those units. There goes a purge onto that berserker there. 3-0 upgrades going up against 2-0 upgrades. But I guess the bloodlust really making the big difference, or the big difference there, even though both sides had bloodlust. The lightning shields and the stomps. I take it back. It was the stomps. The stomp making a dramatic difference, being able to stun out your opponent's army for a couple of precious seconds, thereby, stopping all inbound attacks. War mill upgrades now underway. Reinforced defenses is going to be very late here, just now getting started. And now suddenly Starbuck are opening up a way for Lin Guagua to get back into this game. Taking down every single orc burrow is going to be absolutely easy. Lightning shield now onto the Farseer, as another orc burrow could easily get taken down. All of these units are trying to hide in the back here. Mass repairs, chain lightning bouncing around, as finally the scroll of town portal is going to be needed. A couple more peons were taken out, and Starbuck is down to 4 workers and 37 over 41 supply. This last orc burrow stayed up, and that is absolutely key. If this orc burrow was taken down, well, it would be quite some time before you could train up those workers again. Back off to the north, though, Lin Guagua has the expansion, and that is going to be what gives him the ability to rebound faster than his opponent. Farsi are sitting at level 5, level 4, level 3 for Starbuck. Meanwhile, Lin Guagua sitting at 433, losing a bit out in the hero race. And that could be what gives Starbuck a way to get back into this game if he's able to, force a couple of nice fights now. All right, in comes Scroll of Speed trying to break free. There goes a quick Hex onto the Tauren Chieftain, trying to make sure that there is no stomps. Chain Lightning now bouncing around right there, but with the reinforced defenses now done, well, this is going to be a little bit of a difficult fight. Farseer may be forced to use the Scroll of Town Portal again. There's a giant stomp. Are we going to see a Lightning Shield go down? No Lightning Shield. All of the low hit point Shaman are in the back here, trying to rack up more damage. 41 supply compared to 37. The armies are still getting rebuilt back up once more. All right. Goblin Shredder doing a lot of mining or harvesting off to the north, getting up to, getting all of that lumber there, up to 1,400 lumber already. Meanwhile, additional mining needs to happen off to the north here. Lin Guagua still has all of his peons in the burrow, and that is not what he obviously wants at all. A couple of easy scouting. Spirit Wolves going to get taken down here. And now back off to the north, we see some repairs onto that Orc Burrow there. Critical strike coming in from that Spirit Wolf now. All right, Bloodlusted Dire Wolf. We see the peons now trying to repair. And now the Berserkers are going to be trying to finish things off, perhaps trying to buy a bit of time when you have multiple bases and you can shut down mining at one of your opponent's bases. Or all of your opponent's bases while only cutting yours in half. That is a very big deal. But Starbuck now up to level 5 on that Tauren Chieftain. That level 3 stomp could be enough to, spell disaster and doom. All right, peons trying to do a bit of mining as well. Only one peon mining. Scroll of Town Portal now coming back the other way. Are we going to see a stomp anywhere? There it is, trying to get a good, decent stomp. Tauren Chieftain trying to line things up. There is the Scroll of Town Portal already looking to back away. And, the Tauren Chieftain will not put his foot down, as the Chain Lightning does, clean up things just a little bit. Mining still happening off to the north. The Orc Burrow perhaps going to be rebuilt and trying to get under full saturation. Only 4 minutes of mining left there. About 6 minutes of mining left here, as Starbuck has been halted several times. All right. What can Starbuck really hope to do here? Finishing off, trying to disrupt this mining here. Shaman makes its way over. You're going to see a purge there. There goes one. Another purge should take down the other. And now, Starbuck's plan of trying to disrupt the mining off the north, not going to work out well. There goes some quickly dead units here. 2-0 upgrades going up against 3. Starbuck able to finish off a couple of those units, as the army of Lin Guagua still running around every which way. 39 supply compared to 41 supply. Starbucks somehow still has the supply advantage, as we are looking at the Bears now trying to make a big play inside here. That Bear is going to get cleaned up nicely as well. 5-5-4 going up against a 4-3-3. Spirit Wolves making their way back around. There's some more purges, and that, I believe, gives the Beastmaster level 4. Beastmaster ready to drop on in from the back here. We can see some more Orc Burrows being built in the back, waiting for an attack to go on inside the expansion before dropping inside the main base here. And here we go, ready to put in that pressure. Taking down a couple of those peons. Berserkers trying to finish off the Orc Burrow. This Orc Burrow going to get taken down, as both sides are losing units. However, this expansion off to the north by Lin Guagua could end up getting taken down as well. And if it does get taken down, well, mining is going to have a bit of problems as there's only 2.5 minutes of mining left inside the main base compared to 5 minutes here. However, everyone is losing all of their peons, and the army sizes are about even overall. All right, more damage still racking up. Fortress down to 1,300 hit points. Beastmaster trying to finish off the building. The bear unable to join in on the battle, now switching attacks onto that war mill. Meanwhile, off to the north here, the Spirit Wolves are looking to take down the Great Hall. Looking back down at here, the Farseer does not have a scroll of town portal as he doesn't have that much gold, and now he's trying to finish things off here. A Beastmaster looking to finish things off. Tauren Chieftain now going to try to dive on in. Scroll of town portal, no repairs, and the town hall or the fortress does get taken down in time. All right. It was absolutely key that he was able to take down that fortress, stop the mining in its tracks, and now that mining advantage belongs to Lin Guagua and Lin Guagua alone. He's going to get an additional 1,000 gold out of that gold mine. What can he really do with that additional 1,000 gold? 3-0 upgrades. A Shaman's now trying to make their way over. Are they going to get picked off as we can see some, Frenzy now coming back across here, trying to rack in some damage. There you are. Goblin Zeppelin going to pick them up, though, and try and retreat away. Goblin Shredder could be, joining in on the battle here. There's a giant stomp across all of the peons, and the mining, quickly comes to a halt as the Tauren Chieftain puts his foot down. All right, Spirit Wolves off to the north here. Are we looking into a base race scenario? We are. And, this is one of those strange situations where Starbuck really needed to transition into Shockwave. Mass piercing and magic damage not going to win out all that much. Farseer needs to make sure that there's no expansion here. No, tiny Great Hall being placed at the 3 o'clock location to set up a new expansion as summons are being used to take down these buildings here. All right, quickly going into, having that fortress and being able to buy a tiny Great Hall, that is going to be a major, major offset as I believe the base race belongs to Lin Guagua. All right, more summons could be coming into position. Farseer, Shadowhunter, Tauren Chieftain now making its way back across here. Army is now making its way down as well. There goes a quick hex as the Farseer does have a Scroll of Town Portal. Is he going to be able to back away? He is going to be able to back away. Scroll of Town Portal, and suddenly Starbuck must realize, wait, there is an expansion somewhere. What is going on? The Berserkers were actually a bit too far, and Lin Guagua purposely not escort or running them back to the expansion location to get them found out. Shaman, get dizzied up there, Mass Frenzy, and now Starbuck may actually be able to finish this game here as the army now comes back in from the north trying to finish off some of these key buildings. All right, this expansion is still mining away. Meanwhile, back across over here, what is going on? This low hit point or headhunter looking to live and fight another day. All right, a couple of bits of damage. Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 5 does have that level 3 stomp. Perhaps going to try to land a stomp onto all of these units, and Lin Guagua has pretty much nowhere to run. Starbuck is in a commanding position. Shaman going to get taken, or Farseer going to get taken down, and with that is pretty much going to be the end. Purging onto the Zeppelin to prevent it from being able to pick up that Shadowhunter. Beautifully done and beautifully executed play as the Farseer gets to level 6. That is pretty much going to be the game, folks, most likely. The Berserkers are trying to finish off the last couple of buildings here. That's not going to work out. Still a handful of hit points, but with only so many buildings left, it could still be anyone's game. All right, Lin Guagua with a Beastmaster, Invisible Beastmaster, and the Shadowhunter, who is currently still out of commission, even though it shows that he is out here onto the battlefield somewhere. Wolves attempting to take down this Great Hall that still represents a large amount of potential as the army of Starbuck looking for, what Lin Guagua is able to do. Still has plenty of gold. 900 gold could easily resurrect more. What else is on the battlefield here? You can see a Troll Witch Doctor and a Berserker just placing down wards everywhere on the map, trying to hide away from the Farseer and that Berserker there. Farseer going to quickly find that here. All right, Farseer, what is it going to do? Picking up a potion of lesser invulnerability. Might need a clarity potion as well. Sells one of the Mantle of Intelligences, and now is out here onto the battlefield. Meanwhile, an army of shamans and berserkers are here to try and protect from any summons that may try to make a play down across here. And with that many shamans, that beast that bear is simply just going to get taken down. There's a goblin sapper that's going to get purged down as well, and that's easily going to get cleaned up. Bears or quill beasts now getting joined in on the battlefield. Shamans should be able to easily purge down that quill beast. There's some spirit wolves joining in on the battle as well. As well, the game is getting underway. Potion of invulnerability on the Farseer. A handful of buildings are left, and that is gonna be the game. Starbuck outlasts Lin Guagua as he was able to have a larger army going into that final battle. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening. Lin Guagua coming up with the higher score, winning pretty much in every category except for resources, having significantly less gold, but still being able to pull off the victory. Thanks for watching.